Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Two Grown Men. As usual, Yami in the studio.
Hi, everyone. My name is Olaomi.
So I would take a quote from Senator Ogunlewe, which is the previous past presidents of the Senate, the elder statesmen of the Senate, need to call everybody together.
Both parties, yes.
Call everybody together and resolve this thing before it becomes too much of an issue. It's already too much of an issue, but before it even
ridiculous.
It's too embarrassing. It's been 2 weeks now, and that's all Nigerians can talk about.
Is this woman?
Is that woman? It's not. They're not even in the business. I can't remember the last time they had a conversation about a bill on the floor of the Senate that needed to be talked about. It's all we talk about. It's not right. It's not becoming of the Senate. The president of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, needs to extend an olive branch at this point to Senator Natasha Akpoti. This recall thing that they're trying to do needs to stop.
It needs to stop. Question,
please.
How do you extend an olive branch when the last statement that came out was that he was trying to buy her?
I'll say. So
she's an allegation now.
She claims that he's trying that she claims that they're trying to have her assassinated.
Yes, you see, look, again, this is what I'm talking about when I say that the personality doesn't,
it's not giving strategic. It's not giving strategic.
You can't make those kind of statements. There is no evidence to back that kind of thing up.
But those kind of statements, what does it do to help your cause?
It doesn't help you.
Back to what Olaomi said about strategy.
It just screams hysterical. She's not.
So what's the end? What's the end game? Is the end game to be vice president? Is the end game to be governor? Is the end game to remove the Senate president? Is the end game to expose him for what he's done to her?
No, she does not have a plan.
So there are many.
Has a plan.
There are many questions.
I think she has one now. I don't think she started out. I think now she wants to embarrass him, and she wants to see how far she can push him.
I
think she wants to embarrass him now. And
but she has crowd. She has crowd. She has a lot of crowd.
Something which is very valuable. I didn't said she needs to be careful because she will get at the end, the other end of the law. She will find herself blamed. She will find herself blamed in all of this. All of this, she's not, like I said from beginning. I said she threw wisdom out of the door from day one. This thing is not a difficult issue. Oga wants to move mad. Okay, no problem. Pam, keep quiet. Plot your game. Plot how you are going to make sure that you've been shouting for 4 weeks now, about a month. This thing is about a month now. You've been shouting that he sexually harassed you. You have evidence. You've gone to 5 TV stations. You've been to BBC. You've been to CNN. You've been to United Nations. You've been to Arise.
Now only confession remains. Now only confession.
She has not come to Two Grown Men. No, it's not complete.
True. At that point, Senator Natasha, we hereby invite you to Two Grown Men. We'd love to hear from you, madam. Please honor us with your presence.
And you've had all of this platform, and each time they ask you on those platforms, where's the evidence? Go and check all of the videos. The next thing you find out doing is crime. And I'm wondering, is this manipulation or what? What exactly are you doing? What's your plan? You came back into the country and you're doing something else. What's the plan? What's the agenda?
But people say she has evidence, but she's just waiting. She's just waiting to expose it.
What's the wait for?
That's
what I mean.
What's the wait for?
I don't doubt the possibility of Senator Akpabio having made comments to her that comments, and I don't doubt that she's been sexually harassed. I don't even doubt that he's not the only person. I don't doubt that throughout her career, in the Senate, political career, I don't doubt that because we live in a patriarchal society and people make unacceptable comments to women all the time. So I don't doubt that she's been a victim of sexual harassment. But in this context, in this environment, in these circumstances, I'm sorry, there's a time and place to present your argument. And like I said in the previous episode, I was raised to understand that if you have a very good case, you have a good case and you present it badly, you're going to lose. You have a bad case and you present it well, you are likely to get some sympathy. You might still lose,
you get some sympathy,
but it's not going to be as bad as if you present that case badly. And it goes back to the point, do they even have a proper orientation for senators, for the members of the National Assembly? When they join the House, are they given a proper orientation as to the rules and regulations of the body they belong to?
They have their rule book.
Absolutely.
They have their rule book. Yeah, look,
absolutely.
All of us were given rule book, but no. Yemi, it's one thing to have a rule book. It's one thing to have a rule book,
like a proper orientation.
It's something else to actually read the rule book. It's something else to be given an orientation into the basic rules. And I think some things are so fundamental that the order and decorum of the House are fundamental. And you know something? I don't see a distinction between Senator Akpabio and Senator Akpoti. Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha Akpoti in their personality.
Exactly
you saw the clear example of Akpabio facing Saraki. On that day, he didn't cover himself with glory. All right, it was there. It became a marketplace. And you know something? You have to give Senator Saraki respect for the way he handled it. He was mature. He was firm in saying this will not happen. Now, in this case, you now have Senator Akpabio. Sorry, 1 second. You have Senator Akpoti in the exact same circumstance, and she does the exact same thing that Senator Akpabio did. But I suspect that other people have had their seats changed in the past and didn't become this raucous. It didn't become this riotous. So you're dealing with volatile people. Two people with small minds, big egos.
Yes.
Forgive me for saying that. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but small minds, big egos here. Neither party is giving strategic. Neither party is giving any sort of maturity or wisdom. Because for the Senate President to push for a 6-month suspension,
it's too much.
That already gives vengeful. It's suggesting to you that this person is vengeful, that this person is vindictive, and this person has an ego, and this person will not be satisfied until. And look, I can imagine that he's in some room saying, "I'm going to deal with that girl. I'm going to deal with that small girl. I'm going to deal with that girl." That's patriarchal. That's misogynistic. It's also very, very small-minded.
Might I throw a wrench, cat amongst the pigeons? We mentioned Senator Saraki and Senator Akpabio's situation.
Yep.
I wonder if it were a woman in the Senator Akpabio situation, would Senator Saraki have reacted the same way?
Saraki is naturally calm.
Okay, you say that, but I remember there was a situation between him and Senator Oluremi Tinubu with regards to his assent to being a Senate president at the time. I think she was supporting somebody else, and there was some kind of I don't want to say shenanigans, but there was some kind of thing where she was supposed to shake his hand or something, and
I think I remember that period.
She refused to shake his hand or something, and he, to his credit, took it like a distinguished senator and behaved maturely. I agree with you, which is why I say, and I agree with you. I was saying that situation to say.
So irrespective, Saraki would have.
Yeah, I was saying that. I remember that.
It's not a gender thing. It's not a gender thing.
I don't think it's a gender thing with him.
No. Not with this particular individual.
Sorry, you know what? Let's also remember where Senator Saraki is coming from. He's actually from a political dynasty in the sense that he was raised by politicians.
Yeah.
And he was raised by a consummate politician.
Not just that.
And he's go and look at where Bukola Saraki is coming from. Look at this. Go and compare these three people, their educational backgrounds, where they're coming
Not
from,
just that,
their
lineage,
and you're going to see, that's right. You're going to see something here. You're going to see something here that reflects in how they carry themselves.
Right.
Absolutely. So we cannot compare the class of Saraki to an Akpabio. They are two different.
Which is why, which is why I say the resolution of this thing is pulling in someone like Saraki, who was a former president of the Senate, and other former presidents
and to squash this thing. And this thing needs to be squashed.
As Togulere said, and have this. They are bringing the Senate to dispute. Honestly, both of them's actions are to dispute, and I would like for the Senate to reestablish its English state, and it just this situation doesn't portray that distinguished state, and it's very, very. Senator Akpabio is wrong on it. Senator Natasha is wrong on it. The chief whip, the Senate minority leader has his blame. The chief whip has his blame there. That Arms has his blame there. Whoever that did not communicate to her has his blame. The people that are involved in this recall have their blame there. Senator Akpoti's reaction to that recall everything is spiraling out of control. And like I said, I'm going to close with this. I would advise her strongly to be very, very careful not to stray on the wrong side of the law. If you do that, everything else goes out the window. So
thank you, Ade, for your.
I'll put it in there.
Ade, I'm going to give you a Yoruba saying, Yoruba proverb, to illustrate what you said. What you just said. They're trying to light you on fire. They're trying to light you on fire, and then you rub petrol on your body.
Yeah.
Which helps takes me back to what I said. She threw wisdom out of the door from day one.
Yeah,
they both have now.
They both did. So did he.
The fact that he pushed for a 6-month suspension for this woman was too much. It's an abuse of authority. And did you see the headlines? The headline said, Senator who accused Senate President of sexual harassment suspended for 6 months.
You see what I'm saying?
It's not. Wait, I disagree with you on one point. I disagree with you on one point. Okay. It is not the Senate that they're bringing into disrepute. It is all of Nigeria.
All of Nigeria.
You put all of us. Right. Look, this is the highest making lawmaking body in the nation. Right. This is possibly the largest legislative body in all of Africa.
And this shenanigans is going on.
This is the number 4 citizen of your country. All right. Or is it number 3 citizen of your country? Number three. And you don't have the maturity to understand. You know what? You need to know when to throw your punches and when to fold your hands. And in this case, I'm very sorry. All he needed to do to show her off was after she had displayed, the following day, they come out with the house rules and then follow due process to discipline her, but not a 6-month suspension. That at that point, you not only ridicule her, right? You disenfranchise every single constituent that voted for that woman, because she's not there as Natasha Akpoti. No, she's there
representing
as
5 local governments.
Exactly.
She
represents.
Do you think Senate President would have acted differently if she had not gone to Arise News? Because the Arise News
triggered so many things.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Yeah. Then you, as Senate President, step back.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really can't. I think
that
some of these things are so small-minded. Forgive me. Some of these are so small-minded that I can't picture it. I can't deal with it because some of these things are just too petty. Oga, step back and let the House whip deal with it. In fact, you are now the one saying, let us not suspend her for 6 months. They will blame me. It's almost like the stepmother the stepmother who's watching her stepchildren and their father argue on a matter that involves her. And she says, please, husband, this one that involves me, step it down, please. I don't want your children to think that you're defending me at their detriment. Exactly. So this one, no, I'm going to swallow this one.
Exactly.
For peace.
Yeah.
Okay?
No. Exactly.
And that is what it is. Do not Senate President just for status. It requires maturity. It requires you to have perspective. But you know something? Look, I struggle to explain how we got here. Is there nobody saying, guys, now this is going too far now? Somebody should have said, guys, this 6 month suspension is going to backfire on us.
No, somebody did. It's
going to backfire on us badly. And so we need to take the long view here.
Yeah.
We take a long view here. Okay? And we need to sort of reorganize. Yemi, sorry, you mentioned the other ladies in the Senate. I'm going to be very careful in blaming all women for the actions of one woman. Okay? And these women have come out and they've said, we tried to reach out to her.
No, I'm not blaming them.
I'm just saying.
What I'm saying
and
is that
she didn't give us audience.
Have been
handled. We tried to reach out to her. She didn't give us audience. You know what? It appears she's on a mission of her own. We have tried to call her to order, or we have tried to even understand where she's coming from, and we've not been given a chance to do so. You know what? We're going to let this masquerade dance. I'm going to let this masquerade dance. If we have called you, I have not. Your man will say, the little wisdom I have, I will lend you some of the little wisdom I have. But then you have to have the wisdom in your own self to recognize what is being offered you.
Yeah.
And in this case, it appears once emotions and egos got in control, everything else left the room. I think you were going to say something. Oh, yeah, you were saying something. Yes.
I'm going to have to hop off.
Closing thoughts as we.
Yes, I'm going to have to hop off now. I'm going to have to hop off now, and I will close with the statement I started it with. In the legendary words of Pete Edochie, it is only when a fly rests on a man's testicles that the man realizes that violence is not the answer to every problem. Don't carry a mallet to smash a small nail. This is all I will say. Thank
you, Ade, for your closing remarks. What are your closing remarks on this? Where is this going, and what are your closing remarks? Then allow me that myself.
Wherever this may be leading to, I don't know. I don't have an understanding or inclination to it. However, all I will say to it is stop the shenanigans.
Stop the madness.
Stop this shenanigans. Stop the madness.
Grow up.
We are disgraced the nation.
I have to go.
You have disgraced the nation enough.
Just act your age.
The two of them should stop this nonsense.
Yeah. Okay, in closing, for me, there are no winners in this. The Senate doesn't win. Senator Natasha doesn't win. Senate President doesn't win. The people in Kogi, Nigeria as a country, do not win. Nobody wins in all of this. So they need to stop it. Perhaps, an outside committee of past Senate presidents that have been in similar situations to come together, advise the Senate President and advise him to step in, speak to the Senator Natasha. They should come together and have some kind of mediation to resolve this. It's getting out of hand. And it's not, like I said, absolutely no winners in all of this. Allow me closing thoughts, and then we'll wrap up.
Honestly, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree 100%. I think the nation's leaders need to come together. You know, the elder statesmen, the past presidents need to come together. You know, and just sit them down and say, listen, for the past few weeks, this has been a distraction.
Yeah.
It's also been needless. Okay. And where does this end, really? Senator Akpabio himself needs to be very careful. Look, do you remember that during OBJ's government, the number of Senate presidents that just kept changing? Do you remember?
Oh.
It's at some point, he started saying there's a banana peel on that seat. Oga, you sit in a precarious position. You need to be most careful. In fact, how you show your power is by not showing your power.
He doesn't see that.
And so I'm going to close by saying wisdom needs to prevail. Both parties need to sheath their swords and go back to their rooms to meditate, to understand that everybody there's right on every side and there's wrong on every side. And when you have two egos, somebody's got to wake up, recognize where they're wrong and retrace their steps. In this case,
Absolutely.
these people sit in some of the highest offices in the land. They need to act it. They need to act their age.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
This that should be happening in student union government in one university. Student union government in Unilag. Student union government in... You know, just what I'm saying. Student union government, student union senate. Not National Assembly. Not National Assembly. I know. Go down now. Go mindful. It's not demure. It's not skibidi.
But anyway, we're wrapping that for tonight. Thank you very much for staying with us to the end. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like this video. If you need to get in touch with us, please send us an email at twogrownmen@gmail.com if you want to be a part of the show. Okay, thanks for joining and see you in the next one.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. God bless you. And thank you once again for watching us. We appreciate your time. Thank you. Okay, it's a pleasure,
Yes,
as usual.
Thanks, man.